Live.
Yes, we're live. Oh, that's when I put right here.
If you put your lanyard on, you can't see your shirt.
That's fine. They're both same Marvel Nancy. Howdy. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there we are. There, we're already live. Hot diggity do. Let me load this in. People are already hopping on. It's kind of blurry. Should get better.
It's not blurry on mine. You can see.
Okay, yeah, it's adjusting. Yep, it's better now. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time.
So glad you came back.
All right, yeah.
So far.
I'm glad you didn't forget about us.
The Main Street what?
As usual, in case you forgot.
I forgot.
Please share this video so that as many people as possible can see our silly ramblings this week.
And laugh at us.
We have a lot to talk about. It's been a while. It's been a while. Thanks, Tracy. We missed you guys too. I feel so out of the loop. Make sure I get it shared.
And it's our first show of 2019.
It is our first show.
You're flying by already. It's already the 14th of the month.
Yes, I know. It's been so busy. I mean, I feel like the past few weeks has been just a blur. You know.
Did we do something over the last few weeks?
Yeah.
Not sure
It's been a little bit busy, but we have so much to talk to you guys about, which is pretty awesome. And we are still.
Michelle Perkins called it up.
Oh. We're still, what do you call it?
Catching up.
Catching up. We've only been back a couple of days, so.
Been back. What will we get back? Saturday, Sunday? No, Friday. I can't remember what day it is. Friday we got back.
Okay, so.
Oh, Colleen's going on the Magic on Wednesday.
Oh, you're going. I'm so jealous. It was such a good time.
It really was.
Such a good time.
It really, really was.
Then we turned down my volume. All right, I guess I'm good.
Are we ready?
Are we ready to get started?
Right, wow, 120.
I know we actually have people.
We've
Maybe
already started.
we should take a break more often.
Oh, it's already dropped 3 more.
Ah, darn it. All right.
Okay, are we ready?
Okay. Yes.
Hello and welcome to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 36 for January 14th, 2019. I'm Scott Atwood.
And I'm Michelle Atwood.
And like we said, it's been 3 weeks since we've been on. Actually, we missed 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's actually been a month since we've been on.
Yeah, it's been almost a month.
Wow.
We took a hiatus, as most of you know, for the holidays.
But not because we were just being lazy.
No.
We were busy and gone.
We went home to Michigan for Christmas. And then when we got back, we didn't have a whole lot of time.
We had about 5 days to wrap up.
We went to Magic Kingdom for New Year's Eve, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. And then a couple days after that, we boarded the Disney Magic for a media cruise.
Obviously.
This little bunch of trinkets here is all from our media cruise. We kind of went souvenir happy.
And we went cup happy, so figure that
happy.
out.
Well, you know why? Because cups are a cheap souvenir to get. And then for me, I mean, lantern cups. Come on, I had to have them.
And then Disney graciously gave me this Marvel.
Yeah, Disney gave us that. But let's talk
we'll
about
get back to that later.
The holidays, and then we'll go to Disney Cruise Line, because we do have a lot to talk about as far as Disney Cruise goes, because we are just fresh off the ship.
We're still in depression mode from getting off the ship. Our Disney Magic had to stop.
It did, and you know what's funny is that a lot of times people ask us, do you guys get tired of being near Disney World, or get tired of all the Disney fun? And I always say no, because I don't. But then when we go on a vacation from where we live and do like a different Disney destination.
I was going to say, we took a Disney vacation from Disney.
Yeah, we did. But, when we were leaving the cruise, and I was looking around, I was thinking, oh, this went by so fast.
There was another ship the ship was leaving 2 hours after we got off, or they were boarding the new cruise 2 hours after we got off. So we were going to try to sneak and hide in our room.
Yeah, you can't do that. Disney's pretty good about keeping people accountable with their whereabouts. Darn it. But okay, so do you want to talk? Let's do.
Well, while we were gone, like Michelle said, we got back. We actually before while we were in Michigan, we did have a little bit of Disney while we were in Michigan. We did see Mary Poppins Returns.
Oh, we did. That's right.
Christmas Day night. Correct?
Yes, because we didn't have anything really to do Christmas night, so we went and saw Mary Poppins Returns.
Excellent film.
And we may or may not have cried. I cried, but what else is new, right?
Buckets.
So I was really glad we got to do that. And then we went to Bronner's Christmas Wonderland store in Frankenmuth, Michigan. And they had like the Disney villages, that you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
the little Christmas villages.
Called. Yeah, the ceramic Christmas villages with the light ups, the people form.
What's that called? I know somebody will know. I can't think of what it's called.
Somebody will pop in here and say it. But we went. We looked at all that. They had the Jack Skellington ones, which were really cool but really expensive, which is why I don't have any of them. But then they had Christmas Vacation, they had Christmas Story, they had the Grinch,
Jimmy Buffett.
They had Jimmy Buffett's one.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Okay, so we did go home for Christmas and see our family. We didn't stay as long as we usually do because we had a work trip coming up. But we did go to the Magic Kingdom on New Year's Eve.
When we were back here, yeah, we decided that's where we were gonna try to spend it. As everybody's warned us for years, don't go there on New Year's. And I don't think I'm worried about that warning anymore.
Department 56. Thank
you.
That
was it, Department
Thank you. For the name of those villages. I was very, I was all for it because we went with Lindsay, who works for us, our merchandise girl, Lindsay and her family.
And Mike went with us.
Janelle's husband. And, people were like, oh, you guys are crazy, you shouldn't go. And Lindsay was like, let's ignore them and go anyway. And what we did was I wrote a blog about this, you might have already read it, so I'll just kind of give you the short version.
But in case you didn't.
But, we went and we parked at the campgrounds. We had reservations for dinner at Trails End. Mm-hmm. And then after dinner, we went...
Which Trails End was not busy either.
Trails End wasn't busy either.
There was empty tables in there while we were there, so we were kind of hopeful that maybe we were going to get lucky at the park and not be too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And I was actually pleasantly surprised that, we got to the park about 7 o'clock at night.
Roughly, yeah.
Now, mind you, this goes against what the general consensus is. Now, if you read stuff online, rumor stuff, whatever, stuff that we don't put out anyway. So they said you got to get in the park at like crack of dawn and don't leave, or you will never see the fireworks. I am here to tell you that is simply not true.
And it may be busy. I'm sure we weren't there for the first. There was 2 fireworks shows that evening. We were not there for the first one. We were actually eating dinner at Trails End while that was going off, and we could see it from Trails End. But we timed it perfectly that we got done eating, got on the boat, went over to the Magic Kingdom just as the crowd was leaving after the first display of fireworks. So it worked out perfectly for us because a lot of people there were still a lot of people there.
Oh yeah, there were still a lot of people.
But a lot of them did leave who had been there all day long after seeing the first fireworks show, which worked out great for us because we were able to kind of walk through the streets without being around somebody's footsteps and.
It wasn't at all what I thought it would be.
No.
And I remember when we got there, I was thinking, why is everybody so crazy about not doing this? I thought 4th of July was no different.
Yeah, 4th of July when we got
they had dance parties in Tomorrowland, Frontierland, and
the
Castle Stage.
That was fun.
So they had like the dance parties. They had we walked out. There were people staking their spots for fireworks when we had walked in.
At 7.
When we got our spot for fireworks about 10 minutes before the show.
Roughly, yeah.
So again, breaking the status quo on what people tell you to do. We actually went to Haunted Mansion to go on because there was no wait to get on the ride. No. Did the Haunted Mansion, and the cast members that work at the Haunted Mansion said, if you stay back by the Haunted Mansion, you can see the 360 fireworks from all around. And we're like, okay. So we watched the New Year's Eve fireworks basically by ourselves with just this group with cast members. There was nobody back there. It was the most amazing thing. It was so cool. And I have video on our YouTube channel. You can see the 360 fireworks going around.
And we were able to walk around. It wasn't like we were trying to turn around with people all around us. It was really, I think there was another family that they weren't even near us, but they were back there with us. And
it was dead back there.
That was it. It was the best place I think I've ever watched fireworks. You could actually, you felt like you were dead center of the 360.
Dead center.
Dead center.
Since you're by the Haunted Mansion, you were by the dead center. And I said it was dead back there, so we're like, we're being all funny tonight.
Not even trying to be funny. But no, it was a great place to watch it. I think we have to try it again next year to find out if it's the same.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I would want to do, I don't know if we would do Magic Kingdom again or if we would try Epcot next year. Because
Epcot might be fun. I know Elliot was over there and he did the silent
DJ thing.
Which is still kind of, I'm not sure about that, but we'll have to check it out.
But yeah, so I guess the moral of the story is even if the keyboard commandos online are telling you to stay away, don't do this, you're crazy, you're this, you're that, get in the park at the crack of dawn, do this, do that, ignore that please, because we did the exact opposite of what we had heard from people online, and it turned out so much better. The only problem we had was getting out at the end of the night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
It was very chaotic to get out because they had like people trying to go this way for the boat, this way for the monorail.
And they had barriers up everywhere. They were directing. Cast members were doing their best to direct people down certain ways, but people weren't listening. People were getting crowded. People were taking down parts of the walls they had built up.
Yes.
So it made it very hard to get out of there. But eventually our whole group did catch up. We got on our boat, went back to
We took the boat right over to the campground, took a bus right back to the car. It was so easy.
It really was. So be prepared for a little bit of time-consuming mess like the end. But other than that, it really was not bad. I would gladly try it again. I mean, I know people have said it's been horrible in other years, but this year was not that bad.
You know, it was crowded, yes, but I guess when you are a seasoned Disney goer, you sort of know that it's going to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess what I'm saying is if you really want to try to be at a Disney destination for New Year's Eve, just give it a try. I'm really glad that we went.
And it wasn't that bad because we were able to take a picture with the carriage, Cinderella's carriage in the back. There was like 10 people in line, so we got in line, got a picture of the carriage.
Yeah, we got pictures. Didn't even have to stand in line. The lantern picture, which I only stood in line like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think that it gets a lot of bad, bad chatter about it, but I don't think it's bad.
No, and they didn't hit. I mean, at one point they had stopped allowing a certain level of guests into the park, but that was like at 11:30 or in the morning, and that cleared up within an hour. And then while we were sitting at dinner, we all got the alert on our phones that all guests were welcome to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
That the capacity level had dropped that much that anybody could get in. So if you're ever wondering if you should try it, go for it. Go for it. Worst case, just go in there thinking, I'm probably not going to get to ride anything. It's going to be crowded. Go in there with that mindset. If it's not that way, that's a great surprise.
Fantastic. Okay, so I really did not want to wear my glasses. So my allergies are horrible, so I totally can't see, but that's okay. Anyway,
they can see you.
I digress. Okay, so let's talk about Marvel Day at Sea, shall we? I did my best to put out a ton of coverage this past week. Oh, we're going to show them the banner first?
This was on our bed.
Ooh,
we went out for breakfast and we came back. This was laying across the bottom of our bed.
Yes.
Which is just awesome. It's my own banner. I'm going to staple this to the top of the house.
He was like, do we get to keep this? And we were waiting to see if the guy who did our room was going to, put it away. And he folded it up and put it on our dresser the one day.
Oh, so yeah, it was awesome. So this was awesome. You see all the different icons, the different heroes. I can't even express how great Marvel Day at Sea was. I went in there with the expectation of there is no way this is going to be what I think it's going to be. There is no way it's going to live up to a Marvel fan's expectation. I was wrong. It did.
Well, before you get to Marvel Day at Sea, let's do the whole trip.
Okay.
Because I had a lot of people say, I wasn't sure if I'd want to do a Disney cruise, or do you think it's worth it to go on a Disney cruise, or I'm afraid to go on a ship because of motion sickness or feeling like confined or you're stuck or any of these things. And I'm telling you, it's so good. and it's so like that Disney magic is like right. It surrounds you even on the boat.
It does. It does.
So, but anyway, so we ended up going to Miami the night before because we wanted to make sure we were there for early check-in.
Right. They wanted all the media on the boat by a certain time because they wanted to just make sure we were all there and met up with us to talk. So we decided to go down the night before and just stay at a hotel right off right off the area.
Property.
Property. Sorry, so we said we stayed at a hotel locally, about 10 minutes away from where we had to get on the boat. So we stayed there. We got up the next morning. Had no idea. Miami was very confusing with the roads. Their exits aren't numbered, which was really weird for us. So we had to figure out how to get to where we had to go.
But once we got to the port, I have to say that if you're used to going out of Port Canaveral, the port in Miami, it runs a lot faster, smoother. We got through the check-in and on the ship so much faster than we did out of Canaveral.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy, actually. And Canaveral's built more like it's Disney everywhere at Canaveral.
Yeah.
And at Miami, it was, I mean, it's very Disney. It's not at all, not taken away from Disney.
No.
But it just runs so much smoother than Port Canaveral. I was shocked.
It was so fast. Even the boys were like, this was really fast. And it was really fast.
We were on the walkway that takes you, the ramps that take you up into the ship. And I couldn't believe we were already on that path.
I'm like, really? That's it?
It was really cool.
That's it? So, so last year when we took the media cruise, Disney sent us on the Disney Dream. And the Disney Dream was out of Canaveral. And that is where the TMSM fan cruise is going to be in September. So, keep that in mind. We're going to be doing the Dream in September, not the Magic, which is Magic is what we were on.
Right, and the Magic, just so you know, was the very first Disney cruise ship. It launched in '98, correct?
98, yeah.
So its 20th anniversary is during this year until June, I think.
Yeah, kind of like there's all kinds of stuff going on everywhere for this year, but
the Dream, or the Magic is a little bit smaller than the Dream.
It is.
But I loved the ship. I thought it was just so nice, so great. The cast members really get to know you. They recognize your face.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, oh, nice to see you again. How are you enjoying your cruise? I mean, it was really nice. Just everything was great. Our host who took care of our room.
He was so nice. Our wait staff was outstanding.
Oh my gosh, phenomenal.
The kids, even if they didn't really necessarily want the food that's in the restaurant, they wanted to go just to see our wait staff. And he's right. It's a smaller ship. But you learn your way around the boat a lot quicker than you would do with the Dream. And I mean, and basically, if you've been on a Disney cruise, it's the same layout. Like they have the pool in the top, and then they have cabanas, which is the buffet, which is outstanding, by the way. And then they have Palo, which each ship has a Palo. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because we did get.
Oh my gosh,
lunch,
so
and that
good.
was phenomenal.
So we basically, we got on the ship really quick. That we got to go to the buffet to eat. Did we have a media thing?
We had like a media reception, just welcome.
We did, like a little welcome.
They gave us our itinerary for the week of what we had to do because even though it was a cruise, we were working, so they did have us in meetings every morning or certain meet and greets or talk to certain staff of the ship to find out more information about the ship to share with all you guys. So
yes, we were very fortunate that we got asked, but we also had to work. We didn't get to sleep in at all. We had to be somewhere at 8 a.m. every morning because we had to meet back with the other fan sites that were there and with Disney, our Disney reps.
Right, so we were getting into bed probably about 1 in the morning, getting up, ready and out the door before 8 o'clock so we could make it to our spot. So it was rushed, but it was well worth it. And we both kind of just took the attitude of we're on vacation. So if we don't get much sleep this week, we'll get it next week.
Well, that's what I figured too. I was like, I can sleep next week. And towards the end of the week, I won't lie, I was getting pretty tired. My eyes were swelling, my ankles were swelling, like everything was swelling. I don't know why that happens when I go on vacation.
I don't know, but I'll say I never slept so good as I did in that bed.
That was the most comfortable bed ever. And what's really, the only thing that stunk about it is we had to get up super early, so we didn't get to spend much time sleeping because we were busy. Because when you're on a work trip, and those of you that follow the Main Street Mouse or follow my crazy social media stuff, is when I get in work mode, I get in tunnel mode, and I don't stop working. Especially when I know that Disney sent us on this cruise, and the way that we repay them is to cover it properly. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how to shut that off. So I wanted to make sure that we saw as much as we could, got as much video as we could. Just work. And that's why sleep had to wait. But honestly, that bed, usually we both get up and our backs hurt or whatever, and I got up every day from most comfortable bed ever.
Most comfortable bed ever. So that was a great plus. But let's kind of go by day by day. So the day we arrived on the ship was Sunday. We got there. We were there at 10:30, 11 o'clock. Is that about right? 11:30. Got on the ship. We checked in. You can't go to your room until after 1:30 to give the, or was it 1:30, 2:30?
Yeah, it's like
that.
to check in.
And that's so
or
that
like
the host can get your luggage there, get everything done, because you got to remember, they just came in from a cruise just a few hours before that. So they're cleaning the ship and getting it ready for this new set of vacationers to join it. So we got on the ship, we went to Cabanas, like Michelle said, to get some
Start eating
lunch.
right away.
Start eating right away. The best part is Cabanas on the top floor where the main pool is, but also Funnel Vision, which is the big TV screen they have at the top of the ship. It's on one of the smoke funnels, and they played Disney movies on that the whole time we were there. So we went, we had lunch.
We met our Disney reps.
Met our Disney reps.
Then they had the sail away party. Don't forget that.
Sail away party is great.
Party.
So that was after we were able to go to our room, drop off our, because we had like our laptops and stuff, anything we didn't want to check. We had to go drop all that off. So then we went up to the main deck again for the sail away party, which is really cool because then you have music, the entertainment team comes out and they keep you going. The music is playing. Of course, the Fab Five show up to welcome you onto the ship, which is just, it's so much fun. The sail away party is just a blast. And then they blow the horns and the boat takes off and you just start seeing land.
It's beautiful. Oh, and thank you. I haven't been reading comments, but I did see that you appreciated the coverage. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the compliment because I really did try. I mean, we had limited internet access, so I would have to jump online, post a video, and then get back off.
And Amanda, yes, that is where they were playing Captain America. So up on the deck at 11 o'clock that night.
We went because he's like, I just want to see Captain America like on the big screen. So at night they were playing Marvel movies.
But just so you know, on the ship is also the Buena Vista Theater, which is a small venue where they do play first-run movies. They played a lot of
Mary Poppins
Marvel
they played
movies.
too.
Mary Poppins was on there. Ralph Breaks the Internet was on there.
Yep.
A lot of the Marvel films were going on there as well. And they did 3D films. They did non-3D. So they had films in there all the time. We were on the cruise as well. So anytime you want to, you can just pop in there, watch whatever movie's going on, and you get to see it pretty close too.
But I didn't want to do that because I could watch movies at home.
I wanted to see Infinity War on the screen.
But we didn't have time.
No,
there
we
was
didn't
so
have
much
time.
to
That's
do.
true.
Okay, anyway, let's get back to it. You're jumping.
So, okay. So, the next day we got up, we had our meeting first.
What did we do the first night?
Oh.
I can't believe you're going to skip over that whole part.
Maybe I was doing it on purpose.
No, you weren't.
It's right here. I did know it. Go ahead. Well, the first was the show. First thing they do is, if you haven't seen it, they have Broadway-style shows on the Disney cruises. And the first one was called Twice Charmed, which was a twist on the Cinderella story.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was pretty cool. They actually, you see how they bring the story of how Cinderella ends, and then they kind of put a twist on it, and they do it from the stepsisters wanting to get revenge with Lady Tremaine. It was a really good little show.
Well, they're Broadway-style shows, as they say. So they're very, very, very good. Except they will not let you record it. So that's why if you were watching the coverage, you did not see any footage of the actual the stage shows, except if they were in a lounge or up on the deck, I recorded that, but not actually in the theater. They won't let you.
In the Walt Disney Theater, you cannot bring out your camera and film at any time or take still photos. They don't allow it, and it's for you actually get to enjoy the show. I mean, which is something we're not used to because we're always recording everything we see. We were actually able to enjoy the show. So the first night was, Twice Charmed again, the twist on Cinderella. But then after the show, we had our first dining reservation, which was at
Rapunzel's royal table.
No, she wasn't. We were walked in, and when you walk in, they ask you your table number, which is on your ticket, and they find out what seat you're in, and then they escort you to the table. Well, the boys took off with the wait staff, and Michelle was walking slow. About 4 people stopped her. Ma'am, do you know where you're going? Because she was just in awe, looking around, and
I wanted to take it all in. I just wanted to take it all in. Because you have to understand, I mean, from my perspective and my Tangle-loving heart, all I have at Disney World is the rest area. Now, mind you, the rest area is beautiful, but, you know, I mean, if anybody at Disney ever watches this, we really need some more Tangled somewhere besides the bathroom.
And what was really cool, though, is we're walking into Rapunzel's royal table. You have Hook Hand, and who else was there?
Oh, God. Was it Attila? No.
No, it wasn't Attila.
The one with the bucket on his head. There's ruffians walking around.
Attila was there, but they're outside and they're like just jabbing at you as you're walking in. And Hook Hand kept telling me, "We don't have anything for you, horse. You go eat some apples."
He was calling him Maximus.
Yeah, he called me Maximus.
So anyway,
Whatever, hooking.
Whatever.
Yeah,
okay, so we went and we got seated, and because we were media, we got seated really well. I mean, you can't lie.
Yeah, there's actually a stage show that goes on with the Rapunzel.
Like a little stage show. There's video on our YouTube channel for that too, and I'm doing a write-up tomorrow. But when you walk in, there's lanterns, lights all over the ceiling. The diningware, there's tangled everything. The chairs are beautiful. They're the sun with the sun in the back.
And the upholstery is the
upholstery.
There was like a bread basket in the middle that's copper that's got carved different things from Tangled.
Mm-hmm.
The Tangled sun is in the middle of the table.
Yes.
The napkin rings are Tangled
Everything.
suns. On the walls looks like the tower, inside the tower where Rapunzel has been painting for her whole life.
It's beautiful. I mean, and I maybe I'm a little biased, okay, maybe. I mean, a pinch. But the entertainment was great. The atmosphere was great. You can buy these lantern cups, and it says Disney Cruise Line on the back. This one here, the tower. Oh, and you can get Pascal and clip them on things. The tower is another one, and it's got like the characters around. I had to have it.
And we didn't even know about this one the first night. We'll tell you.
We'll tell you what happened.
Yeah,
a
we'll
little
tell you what
Disney
happened
magic.
when we get to that point. But yeah, a little Disney magic happened with that one, and that one came to us. And then Michelle got her Pascal. Our Disney rep also got her a Pascal because she knows how much Michelle loves Rapunzel. So,
so like during the show, like one of the ruffians came and sat, like Aiden, my younger son, was sitting in his chair. The ruffian, Hellcan, like bumped him out of his chair. I have video of that on YouTube too.
It was hilarious.
The food was good. The entertainment was good. The kids menu rolled into a lantern, and then they had like a lantern lighting thing at the end. They sang songs from the movie.
She cried.
I cried.
Cried.
I got a picture with the ruffians. I got a picture with Rapunzel. I got a picture with Flynn.
It was Vladimir was the other.
Vladimir.
And she wouldn't take a picture of Vladimir. Because Vladimir was just, he was
me. No, I'm kidding. And the characters didn't go around to every table. I got so lucky that I got those pictures.
But of course, Michelle was dressed exactly like she should be for that. She had her Rapunzel flowers in the hair. She had her Pascal purse, purple dress.
I just
And
did
Flynn actually, he was coming around and she got him to come over really quick because they were about to do another skit towards the end of the show. He came over, took a picture, looked at her purse, goes, nice frog purse, took a picture, and he left. So
so I got really lucky that I got the pictures that I did. So I highly recommend, if you're going to do the Disney Magic, the Rapunzel's Royal Table was everything that I thought it would be and more. Oh, yeah. And if you are a Tangled crazy person like myself, I just can't say enough good things. The food,
I was going to say the food was
really
fantastic.
Really good. And then your bread that night was like pretzel rolls, like in the shape of a pretzel, and they had some sort of dip. They had creme brulee cheesecake. What else did they have?
Well, I had the frying pan, which was sweet bread, which is basically a donut with chocolate sauce all over it.
Yeah, it was in a frying pan.
It came in a little frying pan, which I like the little frying pan. I was hoping they would sell those in the gift shop, but they didn't. But it was really, they really know how to play it all up. You actually enter the world of Tangled.
It was great. I didn't want to leave. And I was ready to.
We slowly strolled
out of there because they had a schedule for us for the week, and we only had one night in Rapunzel's. So I wanted to make sure that I got as many pictures and whatnot as we could. I didn't realize they were going to let us go back and take pictures 2 days later, but that's later. Okay, go ahead.
So then after that, I can't remember what we did that night though after the show. I think we just kind of
wandered. We were tired. They had the gift shops on the ship. I think that was when it was Captain America playing that night on the big screen. But we had to get up early because we had character meets. I want to say Princesses the next morning, and then the next day was Marvel Day at Sea, I think, wasn't it?
2 days later.
2 days. I don't know. I'm all confused.
No, but the next morning when we got, so day 1 is over.
Yes.
Day 2, Monday morning we wake up. We had our media thing. That one was when we had the tour of the ship.
Oh, that's right.
So they took us to the kids zones, which the kids zones on a Disney ship are amazing. They cover every age group up to 17. There's different areas for different age brackets. The one I was most impressed with was the
teen club.
14 to 17. Their place, it looks like a loft. It's actually built in one of the funnels.
It's supposed to look like a loft in New York City.
Right.
It's very, very cute.
Very cool. They have a coffee bar up there.
A smoothie bar.
They have
video game machines.
The tall video game machines, the classic ones. They have I think it was Xboxes or PlayStations built in. The couches everywhere for them to relax.
It was really nice.
It was really a cool place, but the one thing about Disney is they make it to where the parents don't have to babysit their kids when they're on the Disney cruise. The kids can go about and do everything from morning until late at night. There's stuff going until 1 in the morning sometimes in the kids' areas, and they feed them in there. They don't have to worry about anything. It's all taken care of, and Disney makes sure of that. So if you have a chance, go. There is open houses through the first couple days, isn't there? Or first day to go check out the areas.
But they let us go check it out. They had a Marvel area, they had a Toy Story area. But there's so much to do for kids, like he was saying, and you don't have to worry so much. No. And it's very safe on the boat. So and they can only go so far.
Right. They can't, they can't leave the boat.
They can't go so far.
Every night. When they come in to turn down your bed and get everything ready for your room, they leave you the navigator, which is the piece of paper that tells you everything that's going on the next day, what times, where, all over the ship, and that where you can kind of watch and plan out your day for the next day before you go to bed, which is what I kept trying to do, but it never really worked out as well.
There's always something going on, and then if you would rather like lay up on deck and sun yourself, watch a movie, they always have movies playing. Right. You can do that too. So and then the next day was at Grand Cayman.
Yes, but that day, you're skipping ahead.
I'm skipping, sorry.
After our tour, we went to Palo for brunch.
Yes, we did. Oh my gosh, how did I forget that?
I don't know, you yelled at me for Rapunzel.
Okay, so Palo is on every ship. You can it's an adults only dress up type of place. They make you wear a men collared shirt, women have to wear a dress or something nicer. And we did the brunch because we did the dinner last year, which was nice.
It was very nice.
But brunch.
Brunch is the way to go. If you're going to do it, I want to say it is an additional charge to eat at Palo. I believe it's $40 per person to go in there.
Worth every penny.
Worth every penny of it, though. The brunch, though, our waiter, Sasha, he was awesome. Mm-hmm. I mean, he takes your time. He walked. They have the brunch set up with all the little finger foods and stuff like that. And I think he said there was over 100 items total out.
He got up and he walked us through where they had the food and told us, what each thing was, what the specialty was. I'm not kidding you. And we've been to a lot of buffets. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, but
which is what we'll talk about later.
That's why I have to be start a weight loss group. But I will tell you, honest to God, and I'm not just saying this, that brunch was the best brunch I have ever had. Ever.
And not only do you have the brunch where you go up and get your own things, but then they also bring you the menu to order hot items.
You're so full when you leave.
No, and our waiter's like, okay, you order a breakfast item. So we both ordered. Michelle ordered waffle, I ordered pancakes. But then he's like, okay, you need a lunch item as well. So she ended up ordering like a chicken parmesan, and I ordered a calzone, and it was probably the best calzone I've ever had in my life.
They brought me a waffle too. So and then they had these cinnamon buns, and they had I can't even think of everything that they had. The dessert bar was just so good.
One thing I will say, if you've never been on a Disney cruise, the wait staff. When you fill out the forms that go on the staff and you put on your food allergies, you put foods you don't like. The minute we sat down at Rapunzel's table, our waiter came by, knew us all by name.
Yep.
It comes up, Scott, I know you're allergic to shellfish and you don't like seafood. Michelle, I know you don't like shellfish, seafood, or pork. Boys, is there any limitations? I don't believe so. I mean, and even Sasha the next day, he only had us that one meal, the entire cruise.
And he knew.
Knew exactly. He walked in and goes, okay, you guys can't eat this, or this, but I got plenty of other options for you. So the staff is just amazing, the amount of detail they go into remembering what you can and can't have or what you don't like. And they make sure to take care of you the whole time.
It was really better than ever. And I will say, now that we got to do Palo for dinner on the Dream and then brunch on the Magic, and I like the brunch so much better. Now, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm a picky eater. I don't eat pork. I hate seafood. There's certain things that I won't touch. I'm not big on red meat. For the brunch, you could be a picky eater like myself and still have a ton of choices. Mm-hmm. Whereas the sit-down dinners, you have just maybe a handful of things.
There's about 8 or 9 items.
And if you are picky like I am, the choices get more limited because I don't want fish. I will not eat a pork chop.
And steaks get tired eating them every day. So.
I mean, and so the brunch, I highly recommend it. If you're going to do a Disney cruise, do a Palo for brunch.
No, and after the first one, we thought it was nice. Like she said, the dinner was wonderful. But I didn't think I would ever spend the money to go to the dinner again.
No.
The brunch I would gladly.
Oh, heck yeah. We considered doing it again. Disney sent us the first time, but we were thinking of paying for it. We just ran out of time to do it again. It was that good.
Yeah. So. And I think we'll probably do it on the cruise in September.
We'll make the mimosas. They gave you a complimentary. You can have a prosecco or a Bellini, and I took the Bellini because it's sweeter.
And I took the Bellini because she told me to.
I said he doesn't drink it, and I'm like, take it because I'll help you with that. So.
But it was great.
Strong.
Sasha, take your time. He's like, stretch a little bit, rest in between courses. He was awesome. And the best part about Palo and the Magic, it's at the back of the ship. So you're looking out the window at the back of the ship. It's just breathtaking. So that was our first day on the ship, first full day. That was our brunch. So it was amazing. The boys, I think, went to Cabanas, if I'm not mistaken, to have.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You have to remember too, if you don't make it to your sit down dinners, or if you want, they have the walk up stations for you to get pizza, burgers, whatever. But then like for breakfast and lunch they have the buffet, and the buffet is like everything from salads to pasta to desserts.
Yeah, everything.
Breads, everything.
And they do breakfast in there as well, which is where we ended up eating.
The breakfast is great.
Yep.
It's great.
And Michelle mentioned they had the walk up, so they have the pizza walk up, they have burgers and hot dogs walk up, they have a sandwich walk up. But on this ship, if you've seen the first Avengers movie in the after credit scene, they had shawarma.
Yeah, they had a shawarma station,
which is based because the Avengers
joke,
Marvel.
I guess.
So where all the Avengers are eating shawarma after the attack on New York. So that's what it was.
Yep.
Why it was a shawarma station. But even that was good. I mean, just the food was fantastic. I can't say enough about it. But that night was your show. That evening. So
wait, you can't see it. I don't think. Wait, let me move my cups. Look. This is like the only souvenir they had for adults. Can you see it?
So Tangled the musical. And they really do the entire movie in just over an hour, like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some parts that are missing, some of the parts that really don't go with the full story. Pascal is not in it, which was kind of
that was the only thing. If you're a diehard Tangled person, you're like, where's Pascal?
But Maximus
was awesome.
The puppeteer who ran Maximus, it was an awesome costume. The way he played it was just perfect, and the head of it looks just like Maximus from the cartoon, so it was perfect.
It goes through the whole story of Tangled, and it has like little extra parts in it. I think they said there was 2 extra songs in the production, and then at the towards the end when the lantern scene, the cast members like fill the aisles, full of holding lanterns
on sticks, and they walk in there. Some of them are really long sticks, some are short, and just the entire theater is filled with lanterns everywhere. Plus the backdrop behind Rapunzel and Flynn, they're rising up on there.
And they're in the boat, just like in the movie. I can't.
The acting in that, the lady who played Mother Gothel.
Spot on. I wish I could have recorded that show. If you would have plucked Mother Gothel out of the movie and stuck her on stage as a person, that's her. She was that good. I mean, that good.
Her voice would change, her pitch would change, her everything would change on a dime, and without hesitation, without flaw. I mean, it was
so
perfect. Good. We found out later she was actually the Mother Gothel who played
on Broadway when there was a Tangled on Broadway, which I didn't know about that, and I'm a little bit.
I'm sorry, but she also. You come to find out that some of the actors from each night they play somebody else. So she actually played Lady Tremaine the night before.
Yeah, so they reused the same people for different characters, but
she was Mother Gothel.
She, honest to God, you guys, she was amazing. She was amazing. Even the boys were like entertained, and they were like, "She's really good." It's just she was just as evil as Mother Gothel. I mean, she really was. It was awesome. So like between the songs and the background and the lanterns and Maximus, if you love Tangled, it's a must see. I wish that we could have seen it again.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so well done. I can't say enough good things.
Makes us want to take a trip on the Magic again, because that is the perfect ship for us. Because if they're doing Marvel Day at Sea, I love the Marvel. She loves Tangled, so that was our ship perfectly for us. So we sat there through the show. Of course, Michelle was so crying still when we were walking out of there. Even the cast members were like, "It gets me too, just like that, honey. Don't worry about it." So we walked out of there.
I had a napkin on my lap, and I was,
But by the time we got there, it was pretty much time to go get ready for dinner. We had Lumineers that night, which is the Lumiere. Sorry, I never say it right. It's the Beauty and the Beast inspired restaurant.
Candlesticks guy,
Candlesticks.
He said it wrong all week, but it's okay. So let's just say that. Okay, but the thing is that yes, it's Beauty and the Beast themed restaurant, but you don't see any Beauty and the Beast characters. There's no there's roses up in the light fixtures, but there's no. It's not like how like Rapunzel's royal table. Right. The characters from the movie were walking around. Now this one, they don't do that.
No, it's just a restaurant. You go in there, you order your food, and that's that. But again, our staff was amazing. They kept the boys entertained. The one had like mind game, puzzle games that entertained the boys.
Yeah.
They were sitting there. Again, the wait staff they're so good with a recommendation once they learn what you like, what you don't like.
And with the kids too, because my older son Andrew is a junk food junkie. I mean, I like chocolate, he loves chocolate, and he was having a hard time deciding like what kind of desserts he wants. So our server would bring him like 2 or 3 of them. Like, you don't know what you want here. And then towards the end of the week, Andrew would sit at the dinner table and he would let our server decide like what do you think on the menu is your favorite.
Even his main meal. I mean,
yeah, his main.
Andrew was like, "I'll try anything. What are you gonna bring me?"
Yeah, and he would bring him like the house favorite that night. So, it was really good. And then we got off at Grand Cayman. It's getting late, so I'm trying to.
Okay, yeah. The next day we got up. We had our media in the morning. We had to meet the princesses and then the Frozen characters.
Yes.
And then they had arranged for a special meet and greet for us because the next day after this was going to be Marvel Day at Sea. Captain Marvel was making her debut on the ships, and we actually had to meet and greet with her the day before. So they had us in a room. We were in the D lounge, all closed off, and they allowed us to meet Captain Marvel. So she came out in her full costume.
Mm-hmm.
We
I did a live feed of that. So if you were watching the live feed, as I was walking in to see Captain Marvel, I had you guys live with me. So and it'll be still in our videos here. Because I'm competitive, and I wanted to be like the first to show you guys, even though Facebook doesn't always show our stuff. But I wanted to make sure you got like first dibs on seeing Captain Marvel. So
yeah, so we did get to see Captain Marvel, which was really cool. She was really good at she was Captain Marvel. There was no doubt about it.
She did a really good job.
Yeah, she did. So after that, it was time to get off the ship, go to Grand Cayman. I think we had breakfast, and then we got off the ship and went to Grand Cayman.
Yeah, it was so busy, you guys. There was so much going on. I'm trying to think of. We might be a little out of order and things.
But we went to Grand Cayman, walked around. Nice little town. Mm-hmm. Chickens running around the road.
There's chickens running around. Like, so why did the chicken cross the road? It was like a joke, like the kids and I had, like, oh my gosh, there's a chicken in the road.
We were walking, you could hear it in the background. It's like, oh my god, there really is chickens. And they were running in the stores, they were just everywhere.
There's chickens. And it was so funny. And then like the noises that the chickens were making. And actually I think they were roosters because they were making rooster noises. But it was funnier. Why did the chicken cross the road?
And the one thing about Grand Cayman is the boat can't really pull up into Grand Cayman because there's a what do they call it? It's a reef around Grand Cayman. So they actually have these smaller boats that you get on that boat, and that boat takes you to the dock, get off the boat, and then you got to take that back. So you got to kind of allow for time for that. But it was fun. Grand Cayman was nice to walk around.
Corey said it's a yard bird. Yes, they had yard birds in the streets.
In Grand Cayman.
But I liked the what do you call it? Last year when we were on the Dream, one of the ports was Nassau, and I didn't really care for Nassau because when you got off the boat, everyone's yelling at you about taking a taxi, taking a tour, and just it's very aggressive. Grand Cayman is not like that.
Not at all. Not at all. They do offer tours when you go off the boat, but they're not pressuring you. It's just people standing there with the sign. Do you want to take a tour?
Because they boast their 7-mile long beach, but you have to take transportation to that beach. So I think most of the people standing there at the end of the walkway are to take you to the beach.
Taxis. And they do say the price is already negotiated. There is no bartering. I mean, you go there, you say, I want to go to 7 Mile Beach. The price is whatever it is.
But you know where they do barter is the jewelry stores. And that's what they told you on board. And they have tanzanite there, which is the purple stone that they have in the islands. And you can kind of like bargain with people with that. But we went for a little bit just to say that we were on the island. And then we went back on the boat and Aiden and I went up on the deck and we watched Tangled and sat in the sun. You went and you laid down, but because that night we weren't doing the show that night because it was Junk performing. It was a group comedy music group that we really didn't care. We were just kind of taking a night off to do what we wanted. So we didn't go to our dining again, which was Lumiere's again, correct? So we skipped that night. So we just got walk-up food. We just kind of had a relaxing evening. We really didn't do any pressure to do anything. Because we had been just go. And then we knew we had to be up early again the next morning because the Marvel characters.
But I just thought of something. That day was also Tangled Day on the ship.
Yeah, it was.
So O'Gill's pub is on the ship, and it's the Irish sports bar. That night it was taken over by the Ruffians and became the
Snuggly Duckling.
So we actually went in there, and they had trivia and things like that, and Snuggly Duckling stuff everywhere. So it was kind of cool. But then there was signs all over the ship of Tangled, so it was kind of cool that you see more Tangled. So it was 3 days of Tangled.
Yeah, but not in your face Tangled.
No,
it wasn't enough if you ask me. I would rather have it in your face tangled.
Right. But that was it. That day, like I said, we just took it easy. We knew the next day was going to be busy. And the next day we woke up to Marvel Day at Sea.
Marvel Day at Sea.
Could not wait. It was so exciting. We woke up, the first thing they had us do is we had a meet and greet with Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Iron Man, and then Groot.
Yes.
Which was really cool. Groot was full height to Groot.
I put pictures on our Instagram and I think on our Facebook too. I did. Groot he looked just like the Groot from the movie.
Iron Man was in his full armor. Black Panther, the Wakandan accent and Spidey. It was Peter Parker.
It was very, very, very good. And we were, we're so lucky that we got to, we had to get up early, but we got to go and see these characters and cover, get footage of the meet and greets and such before, like, everybody on the boat.
Right, because to get a lot of the meet and greets, you had to get a ticket. You didn't have to pay for it, but you had to get a ticket because they only have so much time to do the meet and greets. So besides those characters on the ship, they also had Black Widow, Hawkeye, who were wandering. They had Thor and Loki, who had certain times. Captain America had certain times. Captain Marvel had certain times. And then Star-Lord and Gamora were also wandering around the ship.
Yeah, so you would kind of see them.
And Doctor Strange. So.
Yeah, Doctor Strange too. So you kind of see them walking around. And they had shows going on throughout the day. They had the movies playing, of course.
I went to a Marvel Masters where they kind of talked about the history of Marvel. And how Marvel's in the park. So actually I went to two different ones. I went to one that kind of gave you a 101 on Marvel if you didn't know it already. And then the one I went to later where it was one of the Marvel Masters who came there and spoke to you about how he works with Disney to bring Marvel to the parks, which was really interesting.
Yeah, so it was a lot of educational things too, like to learn about what they do in the parks and in the movies and such.
But they also had drawing areas where you can learn how to draw the Marvel superheroes, Marvel trivia, family competitions for Marvel. I mean, just if you can think of it Marvel-wise, they did it. They had a Doctor Strange show that ran 3 times.
It was a kid's show. It kind of reminded me of the Jedi Academy type of thing.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit bigger than that, but it was a half-an-hour show where you see Doctor Strange fighting, which was kind of cool. But and then that night, though, they actually do 2 shows in the evening. They do one where they have the Mickey, Minnie, and all the Disney characters come out dressed as their favorite Marvel characters. Chip and Dale came out as Loki and Thor, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, and then for dinner we had Marvel-themed dinner too.
Marvel-themed dinner at Animator's Palette.
Yes, Animator's Palette.
So everything had like a Marvel.
Even the ice cream had like a chocolate Marvel sign on it.
But Animator's Palette didn't run like it normally does, so you didn't see the colors changing, the art drawing.
It just said Marvel Day at Sea up on the wall. So there was that, like dinner, and then they had this big stage production that was happening that night, this Marvel show, which is on our YouTube channel. It's something unlike you've ever seen. But they only let one person per media outlet go in the media area. So I'm like, you go, because it's Marvel, it's his thing.
And because we had talked to so many people on the ship about this show, and everybody's like, you are not going to believe it. Your jaw's going to hit the floor. You'd never have seen anything like this on a ship in your life. And so of course I'm going in it with like, okay, if you say so, but we'll see what really happens. And the show was just amazing. Every character shows up. You're basically at a Stark convention type show where Tony Stark is unveiling his newest creation, and all the Marvel heroes are there to just support it, and they're sitting there saying...
No, they're saying Tony invited everybody on the ship. It's like Tony's
right, because all throughout the day you hear certain announcements like, Thor, your luggage is here, nobody else can come pick it up, come get your hammer.
Yeah.
So stuff like that throughout the whole day. But so you're at this thing, and Tony unveils his new thing, and of course then here comes her favorite bad guy in the whole wide world to stop the show.
Loki, but...
It wasn't her Loki.
Not my Loki, but that's okay.
But it was Loki.
It was Loki-esque.
Right. And then Loki, if you haven't watched the video, I don't want to give you spoilers, but Loki has another big name villain, not Thanos, is on the ship with you. He appears behind us, actually, on one of the smokestacks.
Like up on the smokestacks. There's characters like way up on the smokestacks, and you can see that where we were watching, the boys and I were over on the side, and there was this little boy, I was calling him like the human spoiler, because he was watching behind. And before, you weren't supposed to notice that they had like harnesses and stuff coming out of the stacks, and he was, look at Spider-Man, look at, and...
One of the coolest things, though, is Spider-Man actually rappels up the side of one of the towers, going after that other bad guy. I'll just say he has no nose and his face is a little red.
He's a little red.
A little red.
But we have the full video of the show on our YouTube channel.
And then at the end, you see Captain Marvel come in, and she flies across the group, and they destroy Loki, and the other bad guy turn on each other, and the other bad guy gets thrown into into nowhere. But then it ends with fireworks.
Of course it does.
That's what we forgot. The night before was Pirate Night also.
How did we miss Pirate Night?
Pirate Night was on the. That's why we didn't eat at the sit down, because we wanted to do some other stuff before Pirate Night. Because there was fireworks on the night. Man, there was so much to do.
See, there was so much to do. We can't remember the order of it all. So.
And then still there was one more thing for Marvel Day was Castaway Key Day.
Yes, the next day we got up to and we were in Castaway Key.
Right. We got to sit and talk actually to the show producers from the Marvel show the night before. They got to sit and tell us how they came up with the show. My favorite part of the entire show, and it choked me up, was Stan Lee was on the thing, and he was kind of like the admiral of the show. He was kind of like, "Hey, you heroes, you got to take
cruise director."
Yeah, he was kind of a cruise director. So
they
had recorded. I guess it was on last year's Marvel Day at Sea. But Stan was up there in his white uniform, as any of the crew was, and he was just telling the Marvel heroes, "You got to take care of these guys and fix it for everybody." Basically,
it was really cool.
It was really cool.
It was really cool. So I mean, we were really lucky that that we got the opportunities that we did.
And we've really been all over the board with this.
Yeah. But I'm gonna put more write-ups and videos up all week long. But Castaway Key is Disney's island, for those that don't know. And you pull right up to the island. There's no little boat you have to take, and there's a you can walk over to the beach area, or you can take like a tram. Mm-hmm. But there's barbecue food on the island that you eat for free.
Ice cream machines.
Ice cream machines, because I think the kids probably had 30 ice cream cones apiece. That's all. Every time I'm like, "Where are you guys going?" Ice cream, because they have the free soft serve machines on the ship, and then they had it on Castaway Key too. And
it's self-serve, so nobody's sitting there. You don't have to wait for anybody. So the boys were just able to go grab a cone, fill it, and walk away.
Yeah, it was. They had more ice cream than they probably needed, but I was like, whatever.
Not that we ever did it either.
I didn't have that much because I'd have been sick. But the island is beautiful. You can rent like the paddle boats and then like those bike things.
Yeah, the aqua tricycle or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
there's some really cool stuff. You can snorkel. There's bike riding on the island because there is an observation tower in the middle of the island that you can ride bikes to go back there. There is, for anybody who's not there with children and kind of wants to get away, there is Serenity Bay, which is the adult beach. Mm-hmm. So no kids are allowed over there. You can rent cabanas on the island. Mm-hmm. There's shopping on the island with Castaway Key special merchandise, including Spirit jerseys.
Yeah, they did have Spirit jerseys that say Castaway Key on the back. So it was beautiful. I wish we could have spent more time on the island.
It was a nice day.
And it was beautiful. Perfect. And it's funny because it was in the 70s, but the sun was out. And last year when we were on the Dream at Castaway Key, it was cloudy. We sat like in our sweatshirts on
the beach.
On the beach because I'm like, I need to be on the beach. I don't care if I'm freezing. But we had better weather this time. I got a nice sunburn. And it was really nice. And the week as a whole, I can't say enough good things. If you are considering a Disney cruise and you're on the fence about it, don't be on the fence about it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Right.
The service that you get, the ship is very clean. The food is very good. You're not bored. If you want to sit up on deck and have a frozen cocktail and breathe in the ocean air like I did a couple times, you can.
And we were actually with another group of our friends who were there with the media. They run another site. They were there, and they had never been on a Disney cruise. They've been on Royal Caribbean. They've been on all the other ships. They'd never been on Disney. And now that they've done Disney, they've already told me they want to go on every Disney ship because they said that the service level on Disney makes it worth anything what they charge. They said and Disney is a lot more expensive than the other ships, but the service level is great. The amount of activities available is great. The shows are great. There was one more show on the last night, Disney Dreams, which I wrote an article. I wrote a blog that inspired me today about that. It's just about never letting go of your dreams, always chasing after them, and don't completely grow up.
The blog, he actually wrote a blog today, which usually he tries not to.
I usually do like 5 years.
But that's the one that came out today. I kind of got inspired by that show. You are completely encompassed in Disney magic, and it's worth it. And it made me excited because I was looking around, even though it's not the same ship. But our TMSM fan cruise is in September on the Dream, and I was thinking about how we're gonna put this together, or how activities and stuff that we're gonna do for the people, like our members that are on the ship. I think it's gonna be a really good time. And I have to say that there are no words to describe how good Disney has been to us. It still blows me away that we get invitations like this, and I think that's why I try to do such a good job with coverage, and that's why we dedicated this hour to Disney Cruise Line, because they've been good to us, and I want to be good to them right back. It's a partnership, so.
And that's how Jody, who runs the group at Disney, refers to us as Disney partners with them, and we just try to always make them proud of the coverage we give them. Mm-hmm. There's so many people in what we do that would love to be able to do the coverage the way we are able to do it with Disney, and to have that spot, we don't take it for granted whatsoever. No. We thank them a million times, and still one more time after that, because we're so thankful that they've given us, and they've done that because of you guys. I mean, if we did not have you guys, who are the absolute best fans on earth, to follow what we do and promote it and share it, Disney wouldn't even acknowledge us. But they do that because you guys, and we can't thank you guys enough for giving us the opportunities you have with Disney.
Yeah, being that you guys watch our coverage and follow our site and read our blogs and follow our social media, that's the reason that Disney has us out, because they know that we are sharing content with you. Mm-hmm. So thank you, and thank you Disney, of course. I have other media events this week, you guys, so I want you to stay tuned for that too. Wednesday, I have my radio spot early in the morning on 96.5 WDBO, Joe Kelly's morning show. There's an app you can download. I'm on at 7:53 and 8:10 on Wednesday mornings.
Roughly in that time frame. So if you start listening about, then you'll hear her.
But after Joe's show, I have to go right over to Epcot, because I have a media event for our Epcot Festival of the Arts, which starts. And then Friday, I have to go back to another event for the Mickey birthday celebrations that are starting. And then next week, I have to go next Friday for Disney Springs media preview. So I have lots coming up. So watch our Facebook. Make sure you can tap on see first or get notifications. Same on YouTube. We'll make sure that we get as much as we can. And also, before we go, I wanted to talk really quick too. We started a new group yesterday. Kind of kicking it off today is TMSM Weight Loss Support Group. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna
put the hammer to you.
Because I know a lot of us, ourselves included, have New Year's resolutions of trying to lose weight. I know for myself, I've had health issues the past 2 years, which has caused weight gain, and I'm tired. I need to get myself back. He wants to get in better shape.
I'm just lazy. So
I have medical reasons. He just doesn't like to,
too busy to do anything.
It's just too busy. So, okay. So anyway, TMSM support group, and if you go in Fan Nation, there's a link.
We've got a lot of. We never imagined that many people would join.
I know.
The group. We just launched it yesterday. We've got almost 400, if not over 400 people already in there. And it's just a place to support group. It's not saying you have to start your diet today, but it's a place to go if you have tips, if you have advice, if you need help, if you're like, I've tried this diet, nothing works. Does anybody else
share recipes, share ideas, jokes with each other, because we all know that dieting is horrible, and you kind of need to lift each other up from that. And I if you guys are even interested, I want to figure out a way to maybe do giveaways and prizes in there too. So TMSM Weight Loss Support Group, look it up, join us. It's going to be fun. We're going to get healthy together.
Michelle and I just started our diet today. We had to wait. We'd been wanting to, but we had to wait. So we just started today, and our goal is 8 weeks of really giving it all we have, exercise, watching what we eat, and see what we can do in 8 weeks. So
we went for a walk this morning, and I haven't had hardly any carbohydrates today, so I'm dying. Well, I'm not really dying, but I feel like I'm dying. Because there's stuff.
I've had no Diet Mountain Dew, and that's usually I've had about a 2 liter by now.
Because we have a lot coming up this summer, different events. We're going to D23. We have the fan cruise in September. I don't want to be fat for the fan cruise. So, and I just want to, it's kind of an all-inclusive, let's have fun, let's get healthy. And then as far as giveaways go, Lindsay and I are going to be like last week I had to catch up on everything I missed. The purple ears and the purple Loungefly glittery backpacks. I have to get with Lindsay on it, but either tomorrow or Wednesday on Instagram, and I'm going to try to see if she'll incorporate Facebook too. We're going to be giving away the Potion Purple Ears and Loungefly backpack, which is
combo, right? You get
yes,
you can get both.
That's an awesome prize. That's like $100 value, and we're giving it to you guys. Somebody's going to win those, so you can follow Instagram on the Main Street Mouse or Mouseaholic Shopping as well. But we'll put out details as soon as either tomorrow or Wednesday.
And then because Lindsay's husband is such a big Marvel fan, we're going to be taking another Marvel cruise with Lindsay and Kevin. Because Kevin's watching, so I want to make sure.
Oh, Kevin's watching.
Yeah,
I know, Kevin, that you would like to go, and you really would love it.
You would. They wouldn't see us the rest of the day, Kevin.
No, and you know what the cool part was too is that Marvel Day at Sea. Let me backtrack for a minute. It was the only day it rained. And there was all these activities going on the boat, so you didn't even notice that it rained.
No,
because
and it
there were
stopped
so
in
many
time for the
things
nighttime
to
shows.
see. So, I really hope that that you guys had a really good holiday season.
Yes.
I hope that you enjoyed our cruise coverage because it was a lot of fun to be able to bring that to you. And again, we have more events coming. And if you want, again, weight loss thing, just come on over and join us.
I just want to go watch and see what we do and how long it takes me to just say I'm done.
I'm
I
done.
quit.
Okay, we're only in day one, but we're gonna try to keep supporting each other. So
I figured with the accountability, I'd be more apt to stick with it than just quit like we usually do.
that makes us sound like big old quitters, but yeah.
Not quitters, just it's hard to.
It's hard. And you know what? Just one more thing. It is hard when you live by Disney and they keep putting all these treats for things. When we were on the boat, I couldn't keep up with the news and things. So the girls on staff were in charge for me, which they did an amazing job, by the way. So thank you, girls. They ran everything. So when I got off the boat, I had to go back and read catch up with what was going on. And a lot of the stuff was about food. And I'm just like, they have purple churros and these purple cake pops and, all these things. And I'm like, but my diet is starving. And then I have to go to the, when the Apricot Festival of the Arts, they're going to have sampling the food because there's food booths there. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. But there's a lot of good food for the season coming, of course. It's hard to diet when you live by Disney.
It is, but we'll get through it.
We'll get through it.
But I guess just thank you guys so much. 2018 was a great year.
It was.
2019 is going to be an amazing year. We have so much on the schedule, so many things we're working on. Mm-hmm. We're going to take you guys along for the ride. This is the first show of many this year. So hopefully every week you tune in. I'm challenging you guys this year. Ask somebody to watch the show. Get a friend that hasn't ever watched the show or heard of the show to tune in and watch it one Monday night just to see if they like it. We really want to get our name out there even more. There's so many Disney fans out there, and we have such a small percentage of the entire group. And we really want to spread the word and get more Disney fans who just love to hear about Disney. That's going to not be rumored. It's not going to be
good, clean fun.
It's going to be good, clean fun. So if you could please spread the word even more, we would appreciate it.
Or even
so
like
much.
Facebook has that option when you go to our page, which you're on right now. Invite friends to this page. Invite your friends to come over and like the Main Street Mouse. Everything that we've built for the Main Street Mouse for almost 9 years now was built by word of mouth. It's all organic, and it's because of you guys, and we really appreciate that. So thank you. And spreading the word helps us. So thank you.
It helps us be able to bring you guys even more stuff. So,
And again, got another giveaway coming this week. So please stay tuned for that because that'll be coming too.
Yep. So that's it, guys, for this week. Thank you for coming back to watch us, even though it was a big gap there since our last show. We'll be back next Monday at our same time, same channel. Thanks so much for watching. Our Facebook.
You didn't do your rundown.
Oh, yeah, see, it's been so long I forgot about that. So, if you're watching us on Facebook, you're watching us at The Main Street Mouse, but you can also follow us on Instagram at The Main Street Mouse. On YouTube, it's The Main ST Mouse, and on Twitter, Main Street Mouse. You can also follow Michelle on Instagram at Cindershella4, or you can follow me, TMSM_Avenger on Instagram. Please remember to subscribe, see first, do all that stuff so you guys don't miss any of our coverage. On YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notify button so you notify when we upload more videos, because she's going to be live and covering stuff this next week. We're going to be uploading those videos afterwards, and you don't want to miss it.
Yes. So until next week, we will see you next Monday, and I hope you have a good week. And thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.